already know what we're talking about today. That way I can make sure that I'm covering it as I'm going through today's live. My goal is to not be on here for a long time this morning. I do have some things to get to this afternoon and morning, I should say. So I'm going to try and get this in a nice, neat little package. Y'all can get your info and get on about your day. So let me know as you're coming on in where you are joining me from so I can get a feel for who all is here with us. And I do know there's like a little lag from when you guys say something and when I can actually see comments and everything too. So I will kind of let you guys know. I'll give you guys some time to go on in. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay, cool. So I can see that people are coming on in. So we can go ahead on in and get started. So here's the thing. I have been wanting to do a live like this for quite some time, and this is really long overdue. I have been I get asked questions about supplements like all the time. It's just a normal thing for me. And I think a lot of times there's a lot of information out there. It can be hard to kind of sift through. Hey, Jada. Hey. It can be hard to sift through all the info that's out there. So let me know if y'all have just ever felt like really confused by everything that's out there. Maybe you've heard like conflicting information on what's good for this, what's good for that, what's not good for this. And I really feel like everyone has a different way of doing stuff. And I even see people kind of going head to head about certain supplements and all that. So my goal today is to give you guys the 3 basic supplements that you guys need to reshape your body. I don't care if your goals include wanting to lose weight, or you might want to tone up, right? Which toning up is essentially building lean muscle mass. So I am going to talk about supplements to help support that, to make sure you're getting the most out of your gym, and also supplements just to help you just to feel better overall. Because when you start talking about body goals, it's way more than just how you look, right? It's also about how you feel. So you may have found that you just don't have a whole lot of energy, or you might just find like you feel sluggish a lot of times and you might not know what's kind of going on. Hey, Sierra, good morning. Oh, she joining from, let's see. We got Sierra in the house in South Carolina. Hey. All right, y'all. Yes, let me know if you guys are coming on in, where you are joining from. What kind of, like, are you confused by the whole supplement world? Because my goal today is just to give you guys a lot of good info that you guys can take with you. And I'm going to try not to get too in the weeds. I got a whole list of notes here. I'm going to try not to get too scientific and into the weeds. But of course, if you guys want me to expand on anything at all that I talk about, I am more than happy to do that. I love doing these live streams. I will probably end up doing an entirely different live stream on a very particular topic. If you guys comment with something that I just don't feel like I can go into detail in this live on here. Let me see. Jada says, yes, a lot of confusion. Yes. So that's just it, y'all. There's so much conflicting information out there. So if you have been hearing that, okay, well, you might need to invest in fat burners. You might need to invest in something for pre-workouts. You might need to drink something during your workout. Today, I'm going to be breaking all that down and then some. Let me just grab some water first, because y'all know you got to hit your water goals, because water supports everything. Okay, so before we hop on in, let me just take a little minute to let you guys know, a lot of you guys are connected with me. I'm Brittany Inez Rand across all social media. I'm a body goals specialist and transformation coach, and I help women to become their own definition of body goals. I have been on my journey for a long time, 10 plus years. I'm also a competitor. I've gone through the process of losing weight, gaining it, the whole mental stuff that goes through that whole thing. And now I help other women to just really build sustainable fitness routines that they can make a lifestyle and truly love how they feel. Okay. So I work with clients who are just trying to lose those first 5 pounds, or maybe they're supposed to 100 pounds, all the way down to like those last stubborn 5 pounds that just won't come off. I have some clients who they want to build a bunch of muscle and to kind of have that really athletic kind of look. So everything in between. So that is why I am really looking forward to giving you guys this info today. All right. So here's the first thing. I'm going to first start with, before we get into everything in terms of like supplements to help you guys lose fat, build muscle and everything, I like to really start with the basics, okay? And to me, the basics are, there are supplements to help your body function better. I think a lot of times what happens is we tend to always think of like fitness and things like that in the realm of, okay, well, what's going to help me look a certain way? But guess what? If your body isn't functioning in an optimal way, everything else that you do is just not going to really work as great as it possibly can. So what I mean by that is if you have like deficiencies, if you might not be getting in enough like certain vitamins that are critical to your body just really functioning well in terms of your digestion, in terms of your metabolism. So there are a lot of things out there that can be affected if you don't have just a solid foundation, okay? So let me know in the comments, do you guys take a multivitamin? Because I tend to think that a lot of people don't really, you don't really think it's necessarily needed or things like that. But when you are looking at reshaping your body, you got to think about it like this, right? Your body is a canvas, okay? And when you start working on things to lose fat and to build muscle, that's kind of like the paint on the canvas, right? The canvas itself, the construction of that, that's going to be your foundation. That's going to be your base. So taking multivitamins are going to help your body to just have everything that it needs to just function better overall. So let me kind of know if you guys take multivitamins or if you don't. Because yes, I have heard the argument, people say, oh, I eat a lot of fruits, I eat a lot of veggies. There's some vitamins, there's some minerals that you just cannot consume through your food. So you got to make sure that if anything else, you are taking a good multivitamin. Let me see. Jada says, I don't take any supplements or vitamins. I try to get as much as I can from natural foods. Yeah. So that's something that I often hear all the time, Jada. And the thing with that is, yes, you can get a lot from certain foods, but there are some that you just cannot get from foods, right? And then a lot of it comes to, like Sarah kind of mentioned, with minerals. So if you have certain mineral deficiencies, it can actually cause your cravings to spike. Hey, Asia Boo. It can actually cause your cravings to spike. So like you can be deficient in magnesium. That can cause like chocolate cravings. So a lot of times people don't really realize that some of these deficiencies that you have can also be affecting how on it you're able to be with your eating plans, because your body isn't necessarily getting what it needs to get there, okay? That's just one small example of it. Now, people often ask too, well, do I need to spend a lot of money on expensive multivitamins? There are a lot of great supplements out there. I'm more than happy to provide recommendations if you guys want them. But it really is, guys, like you really just need to have a good, solid like multivitamin in your base, and then everything else will function better. You might also find, let me see, A just says, yes, for the multivitamin, yes. So you might also find that if you are lagging in energy and things like that, it may not necessarily be an issue of, oh, you just need to cut, if you're on it and everything like that with your diet, with your training, and you're doing everything you need to do there, you might just need to just overall just have some better stuff coming into your body. You might just need to have more vitamins, more nutrients, more minerals in your body for it to be better all over. So I think a lot of times people tend to kind of say, oh, I don't really kind of need this, I don't really kind of need that, but they do have a time and they do have a place. All right. So I know, let me see. Jada says, yes, confused. I feel fatigued after long workouts. I'm very sensitive to caffeine. Okay, cool. So this is actually a great segue into the next supplement that we're going to be talking about, because when it comes to just really working out, there are supplements that you can take that are going to help you in that department. So the first thing is this. I don't necessarily think you have to spend a lot of money on like pre-workout supplements and things like that. And the reason for that is because, yes, they do have a time, they do have a place. However, you can get a lot just from food alone in terms of that. So sometimes people tend to, I see a lot of people going into looking at pre-workout supplements that they think are going to help them have more energy, but they're not even eating a pre-workout meal. So kind of just let me know if you guys eat pre-workout meals or if you don't, because pre-workout meals are designed to help fuel your body during your workout so that you can have sustained energy through the workout. And while you're working out, you're not eating away at your muscle mass. Because here's what happens. When you are working out, if you're doing a strength training workout, whether you're doing it at the gym or you're doing some resistance-based stuff at home, when you are working out, you're breaking down muscle fibers, right? So you're expending a ton of energy. So your body is going to start eating away at sources to get that energy, right? If you don't have a meal in you, it's going to start eating away at your body. That's what, because your body's like, whoa, she's doing the most right now. She's doing some exercise and she's doing some workouts. I need some energy. Where can I get this energy from? So if you're not eating a pre-workout meal, your body is going to start pulling that energy from your body, right? And it's not always going to pull it from fat. It can also pull it from muscle. Hence why you can have supplements to help build more muscle tone that you take during your actual workout. So that's why I really want to kind of get clear on this, because the thing is, a lot of people tend to feel like, well, I don't like eating before my workouts because it makes me feel sluggish. It makes me feel lethargic. But there's more to you eating before your workout than how it makes you like, than the mental kind of thing, right? Or some people have this idea that if you eat before your workout, you're not going to lose as much or anything like that. You got to know that it depends on what you eat. So if you're eating, for example, I recommend all my clients, and you'll see this in my plans, my programs, my challenges, my own personal diet. I eat proteins and carbs before my workout. Reason for that is because I want the carbs that's going to give me that sustained energy. I want the protein to make sure that I'm giving my body what it needs so that it's not eating away at my muscles too while I'm working out. So there definitely is a time for you guys to have a pre-workout meal in the mix. Now moving on to the actual supplement piece, because I'm often asked, okay, well, do I need to take something before my workouts to help me build more muscle, or after my workouts to help me build more muscle? Let me see. Sierra says, I'm coming off intermittent fasting. It was difficult to get macros in. Yeah. So that's something that I often hear a lot. So a lot of times when you are fasting, you don't necessarily have a lot of, your appetite decreases. So intermittent fasting, I'm actually getting ready to do a live stream about this in 2 weeks. Intermittent fasting does cause your appetite to over time decrease and diminish. So it can be hard to get that pre-workout meal in. What I say to clients who are intermittent fasters or who they just don't have a big appetite, to turn it into a shake, right? It may not mean you're sitting down and eating, like if you are a meat eater, like chicken and rice, right? Your stomach might just be like, I'm not in the mood for this. I can't do this, especially if you work out early, super early in the morning like I do. You might just not be in the mood to eat a meal that early. So in that case, that's when I would suggest you turn it into like a shake, so that at least that way you're still able to get something in, and that you're far more likely to drink something when you're not hungry than to have to eat something. So a lot of people often ask, okay, well, what should I be eating, or what should I be taking? Do I need to get, should I be taking creatine? Should I be taking like BCAAs or anything like that? So let me know if you guys have ever kind of wondered that, because that's a question that I did get a couple weeks ago, which is why I really want to go into this topic today on today's live stream. Okay. So the thing about it is this, you got to look at it like when you are working out, like I shared with you guys, you are breaking down your muscle fibers. That's what you are doing when you are doing any kind of strength training. So if you are breaking your muscle fibers down, right, you're not replenishing them after your workout. You're just like, okay, well, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to go eat just like a chicken salad or something like that. You're never giving your body what it needs to repair the muscle that you are breaking down. Okay. So that is why I'm a firm believer in taking an EAA during your workout. Now, I have heard people say, oh, I take a BCAA. What's the difference between a BCAA and an EAA? Well, I'll get into the weeds. Essential amino acids, that's what an EAA is. Branch chain amino acids, that's what a BCAA is. BCAAs only have 3 of the 9 essential amino acids, okay? EAAs have the complete profile. So in terms of which one you should take, there are a lot of pre-workout supplements that I see on the market now that have BCAAs and fat burners, and they throw a whole bunch, like they throw everything but the kitchen sink inside these supplements and chuck them full of stuff. But really, you don't necessarily need all of that. If you have a good EAA, drink that during your workout. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to have more sustained energy through your workout. You're not going to feel as fatigued and as tired. You're actually going to be helping your muscles to repair as you are breaking them down, right? Instead of trying to do damage control after the fact, right? And then you're going to find that you're probably going to be able to lift heavier, which I'm not saying you have to go in and try and lift as heavy as you possibly can. But if you really want your body to change its shape, you have to push the weight in the gym. I promise, ladies, you're not going to get bulky. I promise, I guarantee you're not going to get bulky from going up in weight when you are lifting. But you do need to make sure that your body is in an optimal environment to be able to lift heavier, to have more energy, and to also repair your muscles as you are breaking them down. Let's see. Okay, let me see. So this is a really good one. So Sierra says, I do take a BCAA. I don't know what results to look for to be sure it's working. Okay. So the thing with these kind of supplements that I'm talking about to drink during your workouts, like the EAAs, you're not going to see, it's not going to be like a night and day kind of difference, right? Because again, unless you have something that's going to have things like caffeine in it, green tea extract, things like that, you're not going to notice like a big like energy kind of difference, right? But what I would say is this: track your workouts over a course of a week of you not taking it, and then start taking it, and then just write a little log of how you feel after each workout, and that's when you'll be able to kind of see. It's not like a huge effect like you get from taking a pre-workout to where you get that energy boost and then bam, you're just all over the place and you're just kind of ready. That's not what these do. These have a more subtle kind of response to your body when you do take them. So I would recommend, because you said you take a BCAA, I would recommend that you look into an EAA once your BCAA runs out. I don't believe in wasting stuff, so go ahead and finish it. But the EAAs is going to give you a lot more bang for your buck, and there's a lot of research out there that supports that the EAAs are superior than BCAAs. So I would just kind of recommend you kind of look into that. Let me see. So Jada says, as here, I've been doing intermittent fasting as well and low carb to lose weight. I cycle carbs out. Yeah. So carb cycling is something else that can really help give you guys like more sustained energy, but also make sure that you're not over consuming carbs that you don't need in order to hit your fat loss goals as well. So we can definitely talk more about that in another live stream. Just let me know if you guys want me to go into more detail about that. All right. Yeah. So about the intermittent fasting, Sierra's just like, true, I've been doing it for 3 years and I now can't eat enough in a day. Yeah, it really does diminish your appetite. Hence why I'm really not I'm not going to go into this into today's live, but I'm not a big fan of prolonged intermittent fasting for that very reason, because when you really want to reshape your body, you have to get in your macros. You have to hit your protein goals. You have to be eating carbs. Like your body needs protein, carbs, and fats. And what I find is that with clients who do intermittent fasting, it's hard for us to get in all the food that you need to sustain what you need for your body to change its shape. Okay. But we're going to get into that a whole nother live. That's a whole nother live for a whole different day. All right. So now we're going to get into probably this last topic that I know you guys want to know about, and it is all about supplements to help burn fat. So let me know if you guys are ready for this, because I feel like a lot of people ask me this all the time. Like, okay, Brit, I want to start this plan. I want to start this program, this new challenge or whatever. What should I be taking to help me burn fat, to help me lose fat? So kind of let me know if you have kind of wonder about this, because I probably get asked this question the absolute most of anything else that I've talked about on today's live. All right, y'all. So I get my water in. And by the way, while we're on the topic of supplements and everything, little disclaimer about water. Y'all get your water in, because water is going to help deliver nutrients to your body. So all these things that I'm talking about on today's live, if your water intake isn't where it needs to be, your body's not going to be able to process through all that stuff as efficiently as it possibly can. So little disclaimer, drink your water, little commercial break. All right, let me see. Sierra says, yes, fat loss versus weight loss. I started researching this lately. Okay, cool. Yes. Let me know what kind of questions you guys have, because a lot of times people often ask me, do I actually need a fat burner in order to lose weight? Do I actually need to take, like anything to kind of like detox my body to help me to burn fat and to lose weight and to kind of give me a jump start? So my answer to that is always this. like anything, let me just give a big disclaimer here. When it comes to supplements to help you burn fat, they're only going to be as effective as your diet is, okay? Because I can give you this whole list of stuff to kind of look for, but if you're overeating what you need, it's not going to matter, y'all, because your body is not going to be in an environment to lose fat in the first place, right? They're not a magical pill. They're not a magical fix. It's not like, okay, well, I don't really have to watch my diet because I'm taking this supplement. I don't really have to do that because I'm just going to take this fat burner and then I can go eat these burger fries and these onion rings and this milkshake and be okay because it's going to just burn it off, right? Or you might take something that might help you to sweat, but okay, just because you're sweating, that doesn't mean you're losing fat, right? Because to Sierra's point, don't want to lose pounds, just fat. Like you don't want to lose just like water weight, right? You want to lose actual fat. So there are supplements that can help tap into your fat storages to help you burn the fat that you already have. But that's only going to work, y'all, okay? If you have your diet where it needs to be, so that you're not overeating, and what you're taking is only going to kind of just help tackle the overconsumption of whatever you're eating instead of the fat that you already have. So just make sure before you go out and invest in any kind of thing like that, that you are truly ready mindset wise to get your diet where it needs to be, because until you make that shift, you really are going to be wasting your money. So when it comes to supplements to help you burn fat, there are some on the natural side that you guys can take. There are supplements that are going to be a little bit more, there's going to be a little bit more impactful. I'll just kind of say that. So for some people who are just like, hey, Brit, I just want something to help me kind of like naturally boost my metabolism, things like that. I just want things to kind of help me function better. Then there are like actual herbs that you can take to help support your metabolic function, right? So before we get into all that, you could also you could just drink green tea. So green tea does help you to burn more fat. It's going to help raise your metabolism. So that's a very natural way. If you guys look at a lot of supplements, a lot of them have if you look at the label, a lot of them have green tea extract in them. So for some of you guys, I know that I work with a lot of clients who are just like, Brit, I don't like taking pills. I really like to keep things on the natural route. What can I take? Green tea extract is going to be something that you guys can do. You can also do green tea itself, especially for some people who are more caffeine sensitive. Some of these fat burners, they do have caffeine in them. Okay, so you have to kind of test your tolerance with any of this stuff. So just know that there is no kind of like one size fits all approach to it as well. Okay. So another thing that you can add into your plan just to help you burn more fat would be a CLA. That's going to help minimize your body storing fat. Okay. Now, again, it's not going to do anything if your diet isn't where it needs to be. But when used in combination with a diet and everything else, it definitely can help you guys along with all your efforts that you're doing. Let me see. Jada says green tea is fire, but I'm caffeine sensitive. Okay, yeah. So that's just it. Like a lot of supplements that you may find, there are some supplements that are out there that don't have caffeine in them, that don't have green tea extract in them. I can drop the link if you guys want to know a recommendation for that. There are supplements that you can take that are going to be a little bit more impactful. So these are for the people who just are just like, okay, Brit, I can take it all. My body can take it and things like that. There are fat burners that you can buy from different supplement companies that can, in fact, help you to not only lose weight, but to also decrease your appetite and also help you burn fat in the process and also help with mental function too. So it just really kind of depends on your caffeine tolerance. Do you really want to get into taking pills? Because a lot of people are just like, just know this. Once you start taking these kind of supplements, and let's just say your journey is going to take you some months to do, you have to be prepared to continue to buy the supplement, right? So it's not a one and done kind of thing. So a lot of times when people kind of talk to me about like supplements to help burn fat, I'm like, okay, are you willing to put this in your budget? Because you got to keep taking them if you want to see results. Now, I'm not saying you got to take them forever, but you do need to be prepared to take them for a good chunk of time while you are still working to get to where you want to be. Okay. So let me see. So another thing that kind of comes up too when it comes to supplements to help burn fat is, okay, well, what shouldn't I look for? So I would say this: when you are looking at any kind of, because the industry it's regulated, but it's also not. So people can put, and especially when it comes to like these supplement companies, y'all, they can put whatever they want on the label, and it is very loosely regulated. So you want to make sure that there's not a bunch of fillers inside of the supplements, inside of anything that you are taking, and do your due diligence. Like if you look on the back of the label, there's a bunch of stuff in this and you don't know what it is, then look it up. Like, that's just it. Like, a lot of times people are just really fearful of kind of looking stuff up, and they don't want to get into the weeds of it. But if you look at something and it says, okay, this has green tea extract in it, this has dandelion root, which is a diuretic that's going to help you to release water retention. It might say, you might see something that says like proprietary blend of XYZ, right? They don't have that proprietary blend piece is what you have to be really conscious of, because you don't know what's in that, and they don't have to disclose what's in that. So just be really careful about when you are selecting supplements, the sources that you're looking to get it from, who you're getting it from. Is this thing vetted? Do you know people who have actually taken this? You know what I mean? Because again, not everything's going to work the same for everyone. Now, I will say this: there are some supplements out there that have been approved by the FDA. I think years ago, there was a supplement that came out that was approved by the FDA called Ally, I believe it was. And y'all, that stuff, the side effects on it were just like, they were crazy. Like, they essentially break down your fat to the point where it expels from your body in a way you probably don't want it to expel from. So one of the side effects is oily farts. Like, I'm not making this up. You guys can look it up. So just really make sure that if you are going to look for a supplement that you do buy that is FDA approved, that you guys are also looking into the side effects as well, because not everything is going to give you the same effect than someone else who may have taken it, right? So if you are looking for supplements to help burn fat, kind of let me know. I could probably do an entire live stream just on fat burning supplements alone and just kind of go down the list of different ones that you guys can take. So if that's something that you guys want me to do, please make sure you drop me some comments so that I know. But like I said, guys, none of this is going to work if you do not have your diet in place. Angel is like, whoa, yeah, y'all. So some of these supplements, like even the ones that are on the stronger side, they can cause intense nausea. Some of them can cause you to have like the sweats. Like, there's a supplement that I used to take, I should say. And when you take it, like I'm drenched, like literally drenched in sweat. Like someone took this water bottle and just poured the whole thing over my head and like drenched. I'm talking about like sweating through my clothes, everything. Now, it was effective. But, it had its side effects. So just make sure that when you are taking a recommendation from anyone, that they're disclosing with you guys, hey, here's the side effects of this. Hey, here's the side effects of that. I don't recommend anything to clients that I haven't taken and that I haven't tried out first, because I want to know how this is going to affect my body. Now, I will say my tolerance is a bit higher because of just everything that I have tested out over the years and things like that. But in general, I do look for some very common trends there. So if you guys want to know more about just fat burning supplements, then I'm more than happy to do that. Let me see. Sierra says, yes, please. Oh, okay, cool. So yes, I will probably get that scheduled, y'all, in the next few weeks, because I know a lot of you guys have questions, and it's summertime and you want to make sure that you're getting stuff together. Okay. So yeah, y'all, just a little quick recap from today. Let me know if you guys have any questions as I kind of do my final little wrap up here. If you guys are really looking at reshaping your body, yes, the diet is important, the training is important, but the supplements can definitely help you when you are looking to really just kind of make sure that you're getting the most bang from your buck with everything. So like I said, there are supplements to help your body function better. So definitely make sure that you guys have a good multivitamin in the mix. That's going to be like your foundational supports. Like when I was talking about like the canvas kind of analogy, like that's going to be the canvas, right? Everything else you throw on that is going to be like the paint to make it all pretty and whatnot. But your base is going to 100% be that. And then there are supplements to help you build more muscle, right? Increase your muscle tone. So I recommend that you guys have at least an EAA that you're drinking during your workout, an essential amino acid that you're drinking during your workout, okay? Because you want to help repair those muscle fibers and everything as you are breaking them down in your muscles. And you don't want your body wasting away at your muscles, eating at your muscles for energy. So also make sure on the flip side of that, you got to have your pre and post workout nutrition where it needs to be, so that you're not in a situation where you're doing all this work in the gym and doing all this work at home with your workouts, but your diet isn't where it needs to be to support all that, so you get the most benefit from it. And then of course we end it with supplements to help burn fat. Now that the supplements to help burn fat, that's like the sprinkles on top of the icing on top of the cupcake, right? Everything else is foundational. These are just going to help you kind of just turn things up a notch. And if you are ready to kind of pull all these things together and get my personal recommendations that I have for all this, then please, you can either work with me one-on-one. This is information that I share with any and all of my clients who do work with me one-on-one. It's super easy to find me. You can just send me a DM across any social media network, Instagram. You can also kind of chat with me here and kind of let me know. A lot of you guys who are on my email list, you can also email me, or you can also go to bit.ly/train with Brit and fill out a little quick form. And that way I can get back to you guys with information about working together. Another way that you guys can get all this info to you right away is to join my Build Your Curves challenge. We just launched this past Monday. So the Build Your Curves challenge, I designed it for women who are ready to reshape their body and really make sure they got that snatch waist, but also able to build the overall shape that they want. So we're talking about keeping that waist nice and tight, right? But also building the lower body that you want. So you might want to have legs that are a little bit fuller. You might want to have a bigger booty. You might want to have that more illusion of an hourglass shape, right? That comes into your upper body training. So in Build Your Curves, I'm breaking all of that down for you in terms of your diet. So your pre and post workout nutrition, like I talked about earlier, is where it needs to be. Also, your supplements are where they need to be, because I'm giving you guys recommendations for that as well. Okay, so that way you guys don't there's nothing else to chance. There's literally nothing else to chance with it, because I'm telling you guys exactly how to pull all these things together. So if you guys are interested in joining, you guys can go here. I did put the link right there in the comments, snatchweightchallenge.com/build your curves challenge. And that way you guys can combine everything together that I have talked about today to make sure you're getting the most out of your workouts, out of your training. You're not wasting your money on stuff unnecessarily, and you're getting supplements that actually work. Okay. So yeah, y'all, thank you guys so much for joining. I'm seeing a lot of people that want me to talk more about this. So I asked that you guys want me to talk more about fat burning supplements. So yes, that's going to be coming. And I also see you guys want to know about women versus men supplements. Okay, cool. That's a good one too. So I love doing these live stream, guys. So just so you guys know, if you have any topic that you want me to cover, please comment down here. Even if you're not catching this live and you're catching the replay, still comment so that I know. It's not uncommon for me to do an entire live stream, just like I did this morning, to go over any and all these things. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll talk